Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be working on a sketch, but we're going to do something a little different. I'm in a layout kind of mood, so I've been wanting to do a couple of those for our Friday sketches. So I'm a member of my little scrapbook store, and I'm on the design team, and this month of October, we have challenges that I'll leave links down to the website for Facebook if you guys want to join. It's free and you have until November 5th to complete the challenges. So we're going to be using Cocoa Vanilla No Limits collection. And I love this paper. It reminded me like of obviously like the galaxy or rings on a planet. So I decided to use this sketch up in the upper right, and I'm changing it up. So instead of it being the regular like 4x6 card, I'm gonna do a circle in the center with the photo, and then I'm gonna use the photos or the other circles for my embellishments. Okay. And I was just checking my phone to make sure I laid them down in the correct order because I was trying my best to make sure I did because that's the order I liked. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go ahead and ink the edges around the circles. So I didn't want to bring out my big die cut machine to cut a border around, like a mat for each of these. Um, so to help them kind of stand out, I'm just going to ink the edges. And in inking the edges, that'll give it a little bit of separation between the pattern paper and then the circles themselves. Now the blue one you can't really see that much, but what I didn't realize until later is I forget to get the one that sort of looks like the planet Earth down there at the bottom. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But I think I stop here. Do the orange circle and then I forget to go to that one. But like I said, it's okay because it's a darker color, so it stands out from the background whether I've colored the edges or not. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm gonna probably, yeah, after I get them laid out, I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing these down. Now, the ones on the outside, I'm going to just put my tape, a little bit of glue, and go ahead and put those down. The one in the center with the photo, I will wind up using foam and popping it up because I want that to stand out. I want that to come towards the person who is looking at the layout. So I'm sorry it's been a couple of weeks since I had some projects up. Sometimes the creativity just kind of tinkers out and you just have to kind of sit in it. And so that's what happened to me. And so I decided that I'm going to keep the sketch series, but if I need to, I think I'm going to change it and put some layouts in it because they have tons of layout sketches too. And I know you guys have come primarily for the card sketches, and it's not to say we won't go back to them, but sometimes you just need a little change. So please just bear with me, stay with me as we just have some fun and do some different things towards the end of the year here. Okay, so I think I have, yep, just this one more. We're going to go ahead and get him glued and put down. Now, just like with my cards, on my layouts, I always use tape runner and glue. And I do that for two reasons. You see, when I put down the blue one just now, I wanted to move it. It allowed me that time to. I tried to do the same thing with the yellow, but I didn't want to rip it. It had already adhered just that quick. So, but when you have the opportunity to, it allows you to move your papers, gives you that little extra wiggle room. So on the back of the photo, I'm going to use just a roll of foam tape I have. It's very similar to what is that, that 3M foam tape. It's just a generic brand that I got from like Amazon or something like that. Um, but my little scrapbook store actually has like big hunk of foam rolls from picket fence, and I love those too. I do have them, but sometimes just for the sake of these videos, I'll grab the smaller foam that I have and I'm trying to use that up as well. So that's why we're using that. So there's our center. And now we're going to grab the embellishments and stuff over. Okay. I already know the sentiment love is going to go to the circle to the right of the photo. And here I'm showing you, they come with these sort of like, I guess, what do they call them? You can use them for your journaling. You could use those, and I could have made like a grid layout using them. I may have to the next time because I haven't used any of those, and I don't want to be left with just those, and my paper is starting to dwindle down, so there may be another video using that. So now I'm just going through the different ephemera pieces, and I knew because of the stars and the earth, I was like, I'm gonna put down all of my rockets, because when am I gonna need rockets again, right? And like I told you, it's getting lower. Like my papers are getting lower, so a lot of these ephemera bits, you know, I need to use them. So I'm going through. I know I want an arrow. I like that circle, maybe a circle with the hand on top. And then I'm just going to keep going through. Now this one actually has lines on it, so I figured it would be perfect for my journaling. And then there, I'm going to put the other hand, the peace symbol, on that one, and we'll leave the other one up at the top. And then instead of doing a lightning bolt, which is what I was going to do, I decided to just put the globe there. And now we're going to grab some items off of the chipboard elements. I think I just grabbed those three, and then I think an arrow off of there. I think the orange one. It's either orange or yellow. Yellow. And then, like, I'm trying to make it all go to the right, and then I said, why don't you just turn it? And just make it go love, and then the arrow pointing to him. I was like, perfect. So now we're going to start gluing stuff down. And a lot of times with the ephemeras, I do just use glue. It's very rare that I'll use the tape and the glue, because at this point, I'm just trying to get it all down. And if you have art glitter glue or barely there glue, I know they are really strong. They dry quickly. And if any of the glue comes out, they dry clear. So it's like a win-win-win. All right, I'm going to lay down that, and then the hand. All right, and then after we do that one, did I do the bottom corner? I think I may have already, but now I'm just going to add down all the outside bits too, the circles. I wanted more of the green to kind of peek out, so that's why I moved it. Now this one, since I'm going to be writing on it, I figured I wanted it to lay like a little bit flatter and smoother. I didn't want the wet glue to kind of buckle. Not that it does, but I just wanted to make sure it didn't. And then we're going to take the backings off on the chipboard pieces and go ahead and glue those down. And I think I might have took an extra layer off, but it don't matter. I'm adding glue to it anyway. So even if it has sticky, you'll always see me adding glue, because sometimes that sticky just doesn't want to adhere the way it should. And now we're going to put some of the buttons. I think a couple of them are, yeah, just like solid color. And then that big one I'm putting up there looks like the earth as well. So it's like the rocket ships going around the earth. And then we're going to take some of the enamels. I haven't put the photo down yet. I'm going to go ahead and glue down some of those. And then I didn't want to use any of the stars. I really just wanted to focus on all the circles. And there's actually another challenge that's all about the circles, which I already have another idea for that one. So for this one, this is for the color combo challenge. That was the first sheet that I showed you at the beginning. And then we're going to lay down the photo. And I think I'm going to wind up putting down a few more, because I just wanted a few more. You know, sometimes it's all about a feeling you get. And when I looked at it, I was like, you know what? There's a little bit of empty space. I'm like, let me just add one here and there. And I think did I do one more? No, I think that's it. Okay, so I'm putting everything back into its packaging. And then we're going to get one of my little pieces of paper that I cover up my photos with so we can do some splatters. Now, on my layouts, I always tend to end with a splatter, whether it be one color, two color. Generally, most of the time, I do three colors. Gold is usually always in the mix. So is black, and sometimes I add white, and sometimes I don't. On this one, I am going to splatter with the white only because we have pattern paper on here that is colored, and the white will stand out on top of that. And then sometimes I'll do colors based off of the color of the project, right? So if I wanted to, I could grab a green or a yellow or an orange or even blue would have been a nice background color. You know what I mean? It's all up to you. But for me, in the last few years, the splatters have been what I consider the end note on all of my layouts. And sometimes it looks like a lot, sometimes it doesn't because it dries back depending on what kind of project I'm working on. So I'm going to have close-ups here at the end. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you don't mind our little segue into doing layouts for our Friday videos, at least for the month of October. November, we may go right back to card making, but I just wanted to try this out and really share what's inspiring me right now. If you guys have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Definitely give this a thumb up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And I'll look forward to seeing you with our next video.